Hello, welcome. Waiting for a couple people to jump in here. And for anybody who does not know or has not been on when I do a normal live, I put the link to joining the StreamYard, joining the live in the comments, and as you can see right here. So if anybody wants to jump up here and talk about cars, talk about whatever the case may be, then definitely welcome to do so. So we got Scarwood in here. Hello, Scarwood, the four-eyed Cuda. Only 1 year they had a four-eyed Cuda. Very nice car in your profile picture there. Don't see a lot of 71 Cudas at all, but definitely don't see a lot of red ones. There's a lot of green ones and gold ones, but not a lot of red ones. Especially white billboard, white stripe, or white top, excuse me. Yeah, based off the profile picture, it looks like a very, very nice car. Yeah, that's the name. Thank you. Yep. Definitely can appreciate a Cuda. We've only ever had one Cuda, and it wasn't really a Cuda. It was a Barracuda, but it was basically a Cuda. It was everything except the driveline was a Cuda, pretty much, and it was a 73, so not that big of a deal. But we had a 73 Barracuda that was petty blue, buckets, console. It was a 318 automatic, but somebody put a 340 in it. And that car, I've got some videos on the channel on that car. That car is pretty solid California car that ended up going for sale and actually sold in like 2 hours. That's how aggressive people are chasing Cudas these days. I put one for sale and it sold in 2 hours. And the reason I say it was basically a Cuda, but it wasn't, is because it even had the dual scoop sport hood, which I didn't know that you could get that on a Barracuda, but I guess it was ordered that way. It was ordered completely like a Cuda would be, and had the stripe and everything, but it didn't have the BS VIN. And it had a 318 instead of, in 73, it would have had a 340 or a 360. So that was a really nice car. I wish we had that car still at times, but that one kind of kicked my butt a little bit. I'm not super familiar with small blocks, and it really showed on that car. And honestly, it kind of deters me from ever messing with a small block again. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we've got 6, 7, 8 people, whatever the case is, in here. For anybody who doesn't know, hasn't been on one of my lives previously, there's a link in the comments, and I'll post it occasionally, and it'll be shown on the screen. If you put in that link, you can actually join the live, talk to me, talk to the people in the comments, and have fun and hang out. So if anybody wants to do that, you're more than welcome to. So I'll keep every 5 minutes or so, I'll put it in the comments again if anybody wants to jump in and join and wants to participate in conversation. But as of right now, I'm answering anything in the comments. You want to ask about anything, want to talk about any Mopar related stuff, 60s and 70s, mostly. So definitely, if you're wanting to talk about anything, throw it in there. Well, But like I said, I'll be continuing to put that link in there, as I just did. Again, it's loading currently. Yep, there it is. Hey, Chris.
What's up? What's happening?
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Well, that's good. Wrenching on anything today?
No, I haven't worked on anything.
That's all
It's
right.
been too cold and miserable, and I don't have heat in my garage, so
Yeah, it's not been great around here either. I think
you guys have
today,
snow.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think today was I think the highest it got up to was 30. So
Oh, yeah, that's
not
no
great.
good.
Nope.
Not at
Not
all. Because I don't have, like I said, I don't have any heat in my garage, so that doesn't help matters much. I mean, it's been kind of warm here, but that hasn't been too bad.
Yeah, we're starting to get into the cold.
Oh, yeah. Hey, do you have any 69 Coronet wheel well trim? The full
Ooh,
trim, like on a Super B.
right. I'm not sure if I do, but I have a friend that might. I
Okay.
can ask him.
All right.
Yeah. I know the 69 Super B that we have actually originally was a wheel well trim car, but I'm not putting it back on. I just not a fan of it.
Yeah.
And I don't have the trim or else I'd let you know about it.
Yeah. I was just curious. I didn't know if you had any of that kind of stuff laying around or not.
Yeah, I
So,
get wheel well trim once in a while. The hardest part is, like I mean I've got a whole bundle of it. I grab it, it's about that big around. There's probably 30 pieces. But it's really hard to identify unless you just go car to car, put it up in place, try to match it or
yeah.
whatever. There's
Yeah.
no
It's just,
number, there's no stamping, there's nothing on it that
yeah.
identifies it.
Just a guessing game trying to figure out what it is.
hmm And there's
I
some
hear you.
places that you can look at some measurements and stuff, but it's not always the most reliable. To
Yeah.
and that stuff bends really easy too,
It
especially the later.
might be easier just for them to get reproductions then.
Well, yes and no. The originals were stainless and they're workable and they're pretty strong. The
Mm-hmm.
reproductions are aluminum.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Generally, some companies are different, but that's the same thing for the front window trim, the back window trim. They're originally stainless. A lot of companies repop them in aluminum, and you'll bend them before you'll ever even get them in place.
Okay. All right.
So, like a wheel well trim, that's not that big of a deal. There's nothing to really bend. But windshield trim, like I've got a brand new set of window trim that's aluminum from whatever source, I don't remember, but I'm going to put my original stuff back on. I'm just not going to screw with it. By the time you were to pop it over the clip or whatever, actually put a little force on it, it'll just bend or crease.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was a problem going into, I think they started making the stuff out of aluminum in 1973.
Oh, okay.
And that,
Just trying to cheapen it
yeah,
up a little bit.
yeah, 73, 74 Chargers, Challengers, Cudas, Dusters, Darts. I always
Okay.
have to remind myself to throw in Dusters and Darts. Really don't like those cars.
You don't like dusters and darts?
Not the later ones. I mean, if I was to have a
Oh,
Dart, it would be the 67 through 69.
oh. You
I
don't
don't
like
like
the
the
70 or 71s?
70, 71, 72. They're okay. They're just not my favorite. And
Yeah,
then
because then
73 up, everything just took a crap.
Yeah, because then you got the big bumper cars then. So
Yeah. But Dusters, I would have a 70, 71, or 72. But the 73 and up, 73 through 76 or whatever it was, no.
no, not into the big bumpers.
Well, and the grill's different, taillight's different, fenders are
Yeah,
even on some of them.
I actually like the Valiants. I like the 67 through 69 Valiants.
Mm.
They're kind of cool looking.
They're kind of cool. They're a little funny about some stuff because they're kind of individual about
Yeah,
things.
yeah, they're kind of all on their own.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing that's all on their own is the A-body Barracudas.
Yeah, yeah.
The A-body Barracuda is a contradiction to an A-body, really, because the A-body platform, if you were to look, the entire A-body platform is designed around the door. Those body lines that go through that door follow the same pattern from 1976 or from 1967 all the way through 1976. They all, even the four doors, as far as the external skin, they all have the exact same stamping and the exact same body lines. Even from the hard tops to the like sports roof and the Duster and stuff, that skin body line of the door, everything's a little different, but the skin body line of the door is consistent for all of them except Barracuda.
Oh, geez.
Barracuda is the only one that has their own stamping for everything, which is a cause for a lot of frustration for Barracuda people.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, the hoods, they use the hoods on didn't they use the hoods on later darts and stuff? Isn't the hood
Yep.
Barracuda hood the same as like a 73 through 76 Dart and Duster?
Or, yeah, they're always doing some kind of interchange stuff. It's interesting how they can use parts from one year of a car and then reuse it later on.
Oh, I know. Well, they had to save money somehow.
Oh yeah. This guy says that it's been the opposite problem. It's been 80 degrees and need air conditioning.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right,
you can take some of the cold from if you want.
I don't need to hear that.
Yeah. Give me like 20 degrees of your weather and I'll take it, and you can have 20 degrees of cold. He said their first car was a 65 Valiant Slant 6 3 on the tree.
Jeez. They're actually kind of cool looking cars too, those little Valiants.
Yeah.
From like 64 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's cousin, he has a 65 Dart 4-door.
Mm.
It's actually a pretty nice little car. Slant 6 with an automatic in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get into the earlier stuff. I mean, 65 is about as far back as I go, and the only thing 65 that I would want would be like a 65 Cornet.
Yeah, and they're tough to come across. You don't see many of them anymore.
Oh, I know where probably 4 or 5 of them are. I just don't need them.
You don't need them.
I don't need them. I got too many other crap to do. I got it.
What's going on with your Super Bee? Have you messed with that at all?
No, that's pretty much down for the winter. I don't know what to do with it. I'm contemplating back and forth over and over again if I should pull the engine and trans out again, and if I should clean the engine bay, strip it, and do it right or not. I don't know.
Mm.
or if I should just finish hooking it up. And I don't know. It'll be running in the spring though. As it is, I could have, because the interior is all there to do. I mean, I restored the dash and all that in it. But I gotta do a couple other things to it, but not much. I mean, it's finishing front end accessories, putting the fender's hood and grill back on it, finishing any sort of replacing bulbs for taillights and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and dialing in the shifter linkage a little bit more tight, and it's ready to go. I'm putting a windshield in it. I mean, it's about a week's worth away,
Yeah.
but doesn't really do a whole lot of good to screw with it right now, given that it's going to be 20s for a high, and they've put salt all over the roads now, and there's 3 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah. So there's no use in really even doing anything.
No,
I hear
I'll
you.
be upcoming stuff going on. There's going to be speaking of, there's Mark. I was just going to say we're going to probably start doing something with his 440 for his truck.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. He
Forgot he
just
wants to
commented,
put that.
look at that Chris Test alive. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mark, you're missing all the fun.
Is he at work?
Why are you always at work when I do lives? You gotta, like, text me your schedule or something. But yeah, we might get to working on that maybe in the next, I don't know when, coming up to Christmas and stuff, whenever people are available. But
Yeah.
yeah, I might do that pretty soon. And if things are going the way the original plan was, which I'm not sure, obviously it's his engine and stuff, so I don't really know. But we're probably going to be doing a cam swap and intake swap, carb swap, headers. He's got kind of a deeper truck pan, I believe, and that should be about it, and we will be dynoing it.
Yeah, he's using the cam that was in the jack pine, I guess, and putting it in that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, all his stuff is
pretty good in the truck.
All his stuff is here in my garage, ready whenever.
Oh.
I should get my caliper and measure that cam because I'm just curious about it. No, I don't know.
Well, there should be a stamp number on the end of it.
You would think. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah, if you get the stamp number off of it, you can probably figure out what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark was saying his engine builder measured the lift. It was a 510, so that makes me wonder, I wonder if it's actually a 509, because that was an extremely common cam,
Yeah.
and for a measurement to be off that much, I mean.
Yeah, the old purple shaft.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to look at the shaft, and it's actually purple.
Yeah, because they were what, 292 and 509.
Yep.
I think was the spec on those.
Yep. And if it is a 509, I'm actually going to be extremely excited if it is a 509, because I'm going to be building an engine very similar to it for the 66 Belvedere, because I'm doing a 440 that'll be, or should be at least, standard bore, maybe 10 over just to clean it up, but standard bore. It'll have a rotating assembly out of like a 68, 69 high compression 10-to-1 HP engine, and it'll have 509 cam, ported 906 heads that I have on the shelf and a tunnel ram. Headers and a deeper pan and everything. So if Mark's is a 509, in theory, the cam and everything is same, but I've just got a little more compression and a little more flow in the heads, and then a tunnel ram. So that should kind of be almost a good baseline measurement in a way. They all act a little different, but
yeah, it'll give you an idea of what kind of power you're going to make with it, though.
right.
At
And
least
I'll be
generalization.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a dyno on mine as well, but it's always fun to do a dyno.
Oh.
I've only ever done 2 dynos with my engine builder guy, but they've both been a lot of fun. I did a 340 that made, I'm trying to remember now. That made 410 horsepower, 435 torque, somewhere right there.
Nice.
That was a good little engine, but got that with a car, and it was freshly built and everything, so we dynoed it and then sold it to a guy, and he put a 70 or 71, I forget which year it was, but like peak muscle car era 340, could have gone in a Challenger or a Cuda, or in 71 it could have gone in a Roadrunner or any number of things. And he decided to put it in like a 1940s truck. I'm like, really?
Oh, you put it in the street rod.
I'm like, all right, well, good for you. I mean, you paid for it. You do whatever you want with it. But
yeah.
But really, you're going to take like a peak muscle car engine that's worth a lot just in the form of it being a date code correct engine for somebody and put it in like a 40s truck?
Takes all kinds, man.
Oh, yeah.
Takes all kinds.
He was happy with it.
That's all that matters.
It was funny because that engine was dynoed twice. It was dynoed when it was initially built, and they dynoed it with like a 650 carb.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which kind. 650. Numbers were, it was like 390 horse, 410 torque or something. And then we put a 50 on, it jumped 20 numbers on both sides.
Jeez.
And I was like, holy crap.
Wow.
I was like, clearly it wanted more carb.
Yeah, let me know if you ever hear, if you find out about the prices on those carburetors. They're for that purple Cuda that's in one of my shorts. And the problem is I rebuilt those carburetors, and when I rebuilt them, he bought a bunch of stuff from who the heck is that? Oh God. He got like these metering blocks that go on them and everything. I can't remember the name of the company. PowerFlow or something, but at any rate, I put all that stuff in. Well, when we put them on the cars, it didn't work. They just leaked fuel and everything. So I ended up putting back the stock. But the problem is somebody's been into those carburetors already, and a lot of the screws are kind of like real sketchy and stuff like that. And he was talking about buying new ones, and I guess he can get them through Holly, but they're like ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
And I thought if I could find 3 good cores that we could rebuild and just that are in better shape than what he has, would just go that route.
Right.
But I'll have to see
they do make. Yeah, I think they do make the repops and stuff, but like you said, they are expensive.
Yeah, they're really expensive. I mean, the ones he has work really good. I mean, there's no issues with them. There's no bog, or it doesn't fall on its face, or it works real well. It's just that I'm afraid if we take them apart anymore, that we're going to run into issues with stripped out screws and bolts and what have you, because somebody's been in there messing with them once before. I had to change the fuel bowl on the primary one because it actually stripped out the screw in the accelerator pump. So I probably could have saved it, but it was just easier for me to yank the mine off the shelf and throw it on there. So
Yeah. I wonder if Jed has any ideas of fixing any of those sketchy spots.
yeah, I don't know, because I was running into problems when I was putting, because they don't use jets, they just use those jet plates, and I was running into some issues with some of those screws. We're starting to get the threads were getting kind of crappy on them. I got them to tighten up, but it's one of those deals where if you go a little bit more, it's done. So I had to be real gentle with everything. Yeah, you got to be ginger with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just afraid that if it comes apart, if we have to take it apart again for some reason, then it's just going to create problems. So, because now they're leaking, because he got gaskets for me, and the gaskets he didn't get me the Holley gaskets. He got me actually, what the hell did he get me? He got me high grade gasket or carb kits, like standard ignition. And the gaskets just don't seem like they want to seal up like the blue Holley ones. Plus, it could be because everything's so sketchy with the bolts. So
yeah, it's a little scary.
yeah, it runs good. I mean, it works all right. There's no slack in its chain, that's for sure. It's just the carbs are just, when you're buying something like that somebody's had their hands on 400 times, it's kind of a pain.
Yeah. Yeah, carbs are a little funny like that, where it's almost better if nobody's touched them.
I know. Especially when they're 6-pack like this, because now it's not like carbs you can just, you can just go to a swap meet and just buy one. I mean, you can, but,
Right. They're not easy to find.
No. And I tried telling him to put a single 4-barrel on it, but he just loves the cool factor of the 6-pack.
Tell them it'll be even cooler with a tunnel ram.
Hacking a hole in the hood. It'd probably run pretty good with a tunnel ram.
Yeah.
That thing's built pretty. You put a lot of money into that thing.
Well, people can do pretty good with those 6-packs if they can get them tuned right and work right. They're really good.
But yeah, these seem to work all right.
The 4-barrel is just a lot easier.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to deal with. I mean, the setup works. It doesn't bog. There's no issues. I didn't take the diaphragms apart. He wanted me to take the diaphragms apart. I told him he was crazy. So I'm not touching those. I said, they hold vacuum. I'm not messing with them.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. And getting those diaphragms is kind of a sketchy deal. I think there's a guy that makes them, but he has to custom make them or something. So not sure if they're kind of readily available or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never dealt with a multiple carburation anything ever.
Oh.
I'm going to with this tunnel ram 440 I'm building, but
what's the carbs you running on that?
Well, I'd like to find a pair of 650 mechanicals, but I have a real nice pair of 600 vacuums right now.
Yeah, that'll probably be the best way to go, honestly.
Yeah.
You can tie the two pods together on the secondary so they open up.
Yeah.
And get the same signal.
Yeah.
A lot of guys run those 450s and those things are junk.
Yeah. This tunnel ram I bought, I got it from a friend, and he was going to put it on one of his cars, and he's like, I'm never going to get around to it. So do you want it? And I was like, yeah, that'd be really cool to have. And we made a deal, and I got it, and it had a pair of carbs on it. I didn't realize what they were at first, so I looked at the numbers and I ran the numbers, It had a pair of 390 carburetors on it.
The little 390s.
390 vacuum secondaries. I was like, somebody put a pair of 390s on a 440? Seriously?
Wow.
So that thing was probably running pretty lean.
Unless it was a real mild engine or something, or maybe they had a tuning issue, or
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
knows?
I mean, if they, for whatever reason, just took a stock 440, took the factory intake off, and put that on, yeah, I bet it would be fine. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's funny.
I
I don't
ran the
even know
numbers,
if you could.
and I'm like, seriously?
I don't even know if you could buy those 390s anymore.
I'm not sure, but that sounded like something that would go on like a small block Chevy tunnel ram or something.
No, they actually designed those carburetors for like Pintos and Vegas and shit like that back
Yeah.
in the day. Yeah.
No, I mean like in a dual four setup, it would probably run right around that 300 or so, 300, 350 cubic inches. It might do all right.
Yeah, like on a small engine, they will
Yeah.
probably be all right.
But you add another 100 cubic inches to that, you're gonna need more carburetor.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, and those 440s they'll go through, due to their size, obviously, they'll go through, a lot of air and fuel. When we ran my 440 that went in Super B, we started it with a 750 quick fuel, just for the heck of it. It ran out of carb on first pull without tuning it at all immediately.
Oh jeez.
It immediately first pull ran out, and I was like, okay, well, let's go to the 850. And we took it off, put the 850 on, and it jumped numbers a lot.
Oh man.
I have this sheet right here. Curious what it actually did. I haven't looked at it. And that was with a extremely well tuned 750. That was a Slayer Holly 750.
Okay.
And the entire run, the air fuel ratio was in the 14s and even 15.
Jeez.
I was like, ooh. And that run, peak torque, torque was still good, but peak torque was 526. Peak power was 470. Then we put the 850, and it went 530 something torque, and then 485. Yeah, it jumped like 15 numbers on each side without even being tuned or touched. And that was before touching the timing or anything.
Wow. What was your air fuel mixture? What was your ratio like with the 850? A little bit richer.
It was mid 13s whole run pretty much.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I don't know a ton about air fuel ratio. I was talking to Tall John the other day. Not the other day, probably 2 weeks ago or something. And we were looking at my final dyno pull here and looking at the fact that a few times in the pull, it actually was running 14, 10. And he was saying that it'd probably run a little better if we got the carb tuned to a little bit more consistent air fuel ratio, low 13s. Low 13, he said maybe even really high 12s if you can. Yeah, I'm not well versed on air fuel ratio, but the one thing that that my engine builder was shocked with, and I was pretty, I don't understand it because I'm not well versed in it, but my engine builder was shocked by it, and even Tall John was like, huh, that's a little bit kind of crazy, is the volumetric efficiency of the engine throughout the entire pull. He said it's not really statistically possible, which I don't understand, but he said the entire pull was over 100% volumetric efficiency.
Yeah, that's unusual because usually you only get to about 80 or so, if that.
Yeah. And I just looked at a curiosity throughout. I've got 8 dyno pulls, and every single dyno pull across the entire run was over 100% except for the first one with the 750 carb. And then the only first 400 RPMs was 97, 98, 99. And then from there on, it was over 100. And got up to 110, 111. This last pull, it ran up to 112.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about this engine. All I know is I got it in a parts deal, me and my dad, and I was looking at it and I was like, this kind of looks like something's been done to it. It's got a chrome direct connection. Losing my words here. Timing chain cover and Mopar Performance valve covers and a Milodon 7-quart oil pan. But then I thought to myself, anybody could have bolted those on. Maybe it's just nothing. And it's a 70 block. It's the best block there is. And pulled the valve covers, and it's got Isky adjustable ductile iron rockers. And I was like, oh, somebody's
been in there messing around.
Doing something with this. Then I talked to the guy later on that we bought a bunch of stuff from. And I asked him, I say, where'd you get this? Where did this come from? And he's like, oh, it came from a warehouse, huge collection that was bought out that was full of a bunch of Richard Petty stuff. And I was like, oh.
Isn't that interesting?
I was like, oh, well, that might kind of explain a little bit of that. But it had 6-pack rods, 6-pack pistons, steel forge crank and everything. And it was, on a 6-pack engine, typically they're externally balanced because of the extra weight of the rods and everything.
Yeah.
Well, somebody went through and took a bunch of weight and rebalanced it so it's actually internally balanced and it has a neutral balance balancer. And somebody ground the ends of the rods to match weight across the entire rotating assembly.
Well, that's interesting.
And and we took the heads off, and they're 906 heads, which are pretty typical but really, really good heads. Somebody ported them almost to max wedge size ports. Wow. And did bowl work that I brought ahead to my engine builder, had him out and check a couple things. And once he pulled the valves out and he looked in the bowls, he's like, you couldn't pay me to port these this good.
Wow. Does it still have stock size valves?
No,
or did
bigger
they
valves.
The valves. It has bigger valves.
Yeah. The original was 174 208, and now it's got the 181 214s. So a little bigger. And
Nice.
And the only thing that was told to me about the engine that was a bit of a mystery is when the guy previous to me got it, he said he bought it. It had a tunnel ram on it. And his friend came by and was like, hey, I want that tunnel ram. So he took the tunnel ram off, sold it to his friend. So the only thing I've changed about the engine as compared to when it was in its previous car, previous life, whatever it was, is it's got a single 4 on it now.
Yeah. I wonder if that tunnel rim was port matched to those heads.
Yep. It looks like about tunnel ram size ports. You know, they're bigger than stock, typically. So I'd almost like to put a tunnel ram back on it, but I don't know. And the cam ended up being 540 lift Crowler custom grind cam. I looked at the numbers. There's no such number that exists that's on the end of that cam. And I called them. I said, hey, what's this number? It's like B7532 or whatever it was. And they're like, so you said that cam number, it started with a letter? I said, yeah, it starts with a B. They're like, okay, sir, well, any cam that starts with a letter from Crowler is a custom grind, and we don't have any information on it. And I was like, oh. It's like, oh, well, you're helpful.
I wonder why they don't have any information on it. That's interesting.
Well, and I also told them that the engine was built in 1988, so.
Yeah, but you would still think they would have the blanks or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
The key to, or the different specs that they can make the cam out of by the numbers on it, but
yeah.
Oh well.
I don't know. So I don't know the duration of it, which is not a good thing to not know, but I don't know. It runs good, and the problem is I kind of found out the hard way that this I don't know why I must just not have been thinking right at all when I was looking at it. It's a solid lifter cam, and it's a solid flat tappet, and that makes sense due to the adjustable rockers on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, because I didn't set the lash on it or anything. I brought it to my engine builder, popped the valve covers off, and said, "Hey, can you help me with this? I've never done this, you know." And he asked what kind of cam. I said hydraulic. Well, he set it to hydraulic, and we were turning it over by hand. Clunk.
Oh, jeez. Valve hit the piston.
And I was like, oh, yeah, there's not a lot of clearance in there, is there? I was like, yeah, you really can't go a lot further with that size of a cam, you know. If I could have the pistons trim or cut or something, but that involves taking the whole thing apart to a different level, and then it makes 500 horse, 550 torque. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, what did you lash it at?
He's got it at 15 or 20 right now. I don't remember. I'd have to ask him.
Yeah, that's probably because most of those old cams like that were between 15 and 25, 26 sometimes.
Yeah. I think he has it at 20. I'd have to ask him again.
It's probably a pretty good round number to put it at.
Yeah. And after it runs for a while, get it through, you know, kind of get through a couple of runs, it'll need to be checked again and everything, make sure everything's all good. But
yeah,
it should be pretty good. I'm excited to get to drive it. And that's just got an automatic behind it. But the automatic that's behind it, a good friend of mine, a friend of a friend, but a good friend of mine has a guy that he sends all of his transmission stuff. And he said that the transmission he built for me, it's just a a 727 automatic, but it's got about, he said about 750 horsepower of holding. It'll hold about 750 horse, and I said, yeah, that's beyond what I need. And it's got a shift kit in it, and it's standard forward pattern automatic valve body. I didn't want manual valve body or reverse valve body or any of that. I just wanted it to be like factory pretty much. And he said the shift kit, it'll put you back in your seat a little bit when you shift.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, the only thing that might have to change is the torque converter is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weak for where this is going to be operating. It's just shy of 3,000 flash. So a lot of people say, put a 3,500 or 36 or 4,000 converter, and yeah, it might perform a little better on a track that way and everything, but I just want to get in the thing and drive it around when I want to also.
Yeah, and that's a problem with the high stall with like that on the street. Because it's constantly slipping because you're never really locking it up.
Yeah. Well, and it's got 391 gears in it.
Well, that'll help a little bit. I mean,
yeah. I put 391s in it because it was actually, the car was special ordered with 391 gears. So it's kind of a rare option that's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm excited to see what it'll do. But it's kind of funny. I mean, this 500 horse, 550 torque. And after everything's done, it should weigh 3,650, 3,700 pounds, right around there, which is kind of a lot, but based on which some people say they're accurate, some people say they aren't, but based on the little racing calculator thing, it should run real good. I forget what the exact number was, but in the quarter it runs in the 11s according to the calculator, which they say the calculator is under ideal conditions, which it's hard to say.
You can usually take your power and your weight and get it close anyways.
Oh yeah.
And to give you a rough idea where you're going to be at.
Right, and I'm not overly concerned about getting the absolute most out of that car. If I was, I would have done it a little differently.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm doing the 66 Belvedere, because I can kind of play around with that car a little bit more. And that engine, in theory, should make 475 horsepower roughly, which obviously will be less than the Super B, but the car is going to weigh a lot less too.
Well, yeah.
The car's only going to be 3,500 pounds. So I actually did the calculation of saying that car is 25 horsepower less and 200 pounds lighter. And I figured, based on the calculator, 200 pounds equals 25 horsepower, which I thought was pretty interesting. They say they'll run the exact same time pretty much. I was messing around with it with different weights or whatever and different horsepower numbers, and apparently, according to the calculator, 25 pounds is equal to having an extra 200 horsepower.
25 pounds.
25.
What you said?
No, 200 pounds is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every 100 pounds is what, a tenth, I think they say, or something like to that effect.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody
Yes.
chat?
What was it?
I was wondering if anybody was in the chat.
Yeah. Brian's in here. Oh, Leighton Welding. Welcome. Brian said there are people that can spec that cam if you ever remove it. Yeah, but if I remove it, I'm going to end up doing something else, I'm sure. The smartest thing for me to do with this engine is to not touch it. Because if I start touching it, I'm going to start changing it. If I start changing it, I'm going to screw it up.
It's easier just to leave well enough alone.
Yeah. Somebody else that knows more than me built this engine. All I did was take it apart, look at it, and say, oh, something special is going on here. And I put it back together, and I said, okay. I mean, I pulled a couple of the rod caps and one main cap, and it looks brand new. The cylinder walls still have fresh crosshatch on them. The thing's basically brand new.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what. Then I heard from the same guy that I got it from, that once upon a time it was in a 70 Roadrunner that was a drag car, but I don't know whatever happened with the engine or why it was removed, because it was removed from a car, obviously, and there's nothing wrong with it. And it was
Maybe
clear.
it's just better. Might be better off just being a mystery.
Yeah. And it was obvious it wasn't like a brand new fresh. It had some carbon on the pistons and on the heads and stuff. It obviously was run. So I don't know. All I know is this torque is going to keep me in line.
Yeah, torque's fun.
It's got 500 torque. Yeah, it's got 500 torque at 3,500 RPM.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'd rather have torque than horsepower. It's more fun when you just...
I'm sure it probably wouldn't, but if I could get it to hook up, it would feel like it would pull a front tire.
Yeah. Rolling burnouts are fun.
Yeah. I think I'll be able to
thoroughly
pull.
enjoy those.
Yeah, and this is going to be a new, probably a little bit scary experience for me, because most powerful thing I've driven is the 69 Roadrunner we have, which is a stock 383.
Ah, you'll be all right.
335 horsepower. Which, if we ever get time, and if I ever have a warm enough place to mess with it, that's going to be coming apart. The engine's going to be getting some upgrades.
Oh.
I've got, and it's just a stock 383. But I've got one of the smaller purple shaft cams.
Okay.
The 484 lift. I don't remember the duration, but it's 484 as compared to it's the smaller than the 509. I didn't want to put a 509 in it because it's got power brakes, and I want to keep the vacuum and all that in place, and just want to be able to keep it manageable. But putting that cam in it alone would wake it up a lot. And then headers, I've got either a YN single plane or a Street Dominator, Holley Street Dominator, to put on it for an intake, and then a Holley 750. And
that should run pretty good.
Yeah, especially with a 4-speed. That'll be fun.
That 71 Roadrunner you had there sounded pretty good too.
Yeah, that's got a 509, and I don't know what all has been done to that. That's got, um, I think it's an Edelbrock intake and a 750 vacuum carb. I got to figure out what the heck is wrong with the front end and front suspension on that thing. Because I'd love to take the thing for an actual drive, and I got the brakes to work good enough that I've taken up the driveway and back. But something in the front end is just really not happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it sounds like you're running over bricks.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck the deal is with it.
Huh.
And one thing I think I need to change out the front wheels on it, because I put, just because it was something we had around, I put 15x8 wheels on the front just for something to roll around and fit on. And it had this like consistent, as the wheel rotated, clunk, 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 clunk. And I was like, what the heck is that? And it felt just awful. The wheel weight that I used to balance the wheel was hitting the upper control arm.
Oh, wow.
That's like, oh, that's a little tight on clearance, isn't it?
I guess you'd probably have to run a 7-inch rim on that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, is that subframe in that? Is that one of the rubber isolated ones?
No, I started that in 73.
Oh, that's okay. That was later yet. Okay.
Yep. 73. 60, I don't know when they started the normal K members. I'm sure back in the late 50s or very early 60, but that K member style, at least, ran from 66 through 72.
Mm.
They were all, direct bolt to the front frame rails. Chris? Okay. Well, maybe Chris will come back. I don't know if he's having technical difficulties, but going to put the link up here again.
Yeah, I'm back.
There you go.
Goofy phone.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking, and suddenly I was like, bloop, where'd you go?
Yeah, I hit the wrong button on the damn thing.
Oh, yeah. But yeah,
Big sausage fingers running everything.
Yeah, it was fun hanging out in Sykeston.
That was a good time. I really liked. I want to go again.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm trying to get enough subscribers. I guess they're supposed to make an announcement on it sometime. I guess. I don't know when.
Right around first of the year, I've been told. I don't know if
that's what I heard. Anymore. So, because I want to bring one of the cars. I'd like to bring one of the cars, anyways.
Yeah.
So,
we'll get you your 500. You got to make it. A driver.
I'll make it. Depending on what the dates are, I can't. Now, this is where it gets kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
Because we go to Cruising the Coast down in Gulfport, Mississippi, and we've been doing that. We started doing that every other year, and this is the year to go down. But that's usually like in early October. So it depends on what the dates are. I'm hoping that the dates are going to be earlier than they were last year. And if they are, I should be able to do it. But if they have it at the same time, then I'm probably going to be going to Cruising the Coast, unfortunately, because we already got that room's that room's already, paid for and reserved. So
yeah, I don't blame you.
But we'll see what happens. I mean, if I can do it, I'm going to do it. I'd like to.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to get enough subscribers so I can go. So
Yeah.
I just don't know which car I'm going to bring. I don't know if I'll bring the Pontiac or we'll bring the Chevy, or so we'll wait and see what happens.
I know there's going to be probably a lot more people there this upcoming year than there was last year.
I would almost think so.
Yeah.
I would almost think
There's
so.
a lot of people that went, that made it and everything, but didn't have enough time to get the cars done, or didn't quite get the subs to bring a car or whatever, that this year they've got more than enough time to get it done.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that didn't come either. So,
Oh yeah.
That said that they were going to be there and then didn't come. So,
Oh yeah.
but
Like
yeah,
I should have had a car ready or whatever, but stuff gets in the way, one thing leads to another and it gets busy.
oh yeah, I understand completely. I know how
Yeah,
that is.
had the subscribers and everything, had a car I could have brought, but I probably would have just broke it. I could have brought the 69 Roadrunner, but
I don't know. Maybe I could con Tommy into bringing his Coronet.
yeah.
We can run both of them under the channel if I get enough subscribers.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I'll race, but at least I'll bring a car. So,
Well, I'd almost be a little bit nervous to race something that you drive the whole way there.
yeah, that's a little sketchy. So
Then you're stranded 1,000 miles from home or whatever, and it's like, ooh,
yeah,
yeah, you don't want to break something.
no, I'm kind of looking forward to hearing what they got to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
I had heard that they're going to that they were talking about upping the subscriber minimum, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. From my knowledge, if they do, it might be to like 600 or something. It's not going to be a big jump.
Yeah.
Because I talked to a couple people and I'm like, if they want to raise it, I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do, but it makes it a lot harder for people that see No Name Nationals and see, okay, well, I need a channel. It's going to be hard for them to want to start up a channel and then, oh yeah, within less than a year, you need to hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's not, yeah. If they do that, that's just not going to happen. I don't foresee it happening. I
mean, people have done it, but it's not typical.
No.
You definitely can do it. There's a lot of people that did it last year, but I don't know. When they announced No Name Nationals and I announced I was going to be going, I was at about 400 subscribers. And when I made it to No Name, I think I was at about 1,100.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it jumped up a bit. I mean, that's over that period of time, that's 700. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. I'm getting kind of close to being able to monetize the channel, but it's getting all the watch hours.
Yeah, because what do you need, 4,000 or something? 4,000 watch hours?
Yeah, well, there's a catch.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just 4,000, you need 4,000 within 1 year of time.
Oh, jeez.
And shorts don't count.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Probably just a waste of time to even mess with it. I mean, for all it's going to pay you. I mean, if for all it's going to pay you, seriously, I don't know.
They say, I'm not going to quote it because I haven't hit that mark really of actually getting anything yet, but they say it's about $3 to $5 per 1,000 views. everybody gets a little bit different rate depending on what audience you have and whatever, but $3 to $5 per 1,000 views.
Hmm.
So if you get a 10,000 view video, that's 30 to $50.
Yeah.
You get a million view video, that's $3 to $5 grand.
Yeah.
Then you start looking at Vice Grip Garage and something that's getting 10 million views a video. It's like 30 to 50 grand. Are you kidding me?
I
You
know.
know, I don't know if once it gets up into the really big numbers, if that rate changes or stays the same. I don't know that, but that's kind of standard is, 3 to 5 per 1,000
Yeah.
is what I've been. I've seen a couple people's analytics of a video and what it made, and it follows that pretty close.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I get typically 15 to 20,000 views a month. So you figure what that is a month, 15, take the low end as 3, 15 times 3, that's $45. 20 times 3 is 60. So 45 to $60.
Yeah. And then you got to figure taxes on that, though. So
Yeah. I'm not sure if they take tax out immediately or if you have to file your own at the end of the year. I'm not sure on that.
yeah, I don't know how that works either. I'd probably have to ask Marty on that one.
Yeah. Marty or Jed or
Yeah. Because I know, I'm just not sure how that works. I don't know. I'm not in it for the money because I'm not going to make any. So
I'm not in
it
it
is
for
what
the
it is.
I'm not in it really for the money or anything either, but if I get there and it pays for a couple of pieces of whatever here or there, sure. You know,
Yeah.
if I get there and it pays for half of the amount of brake clean I use, sure.
Yeah. At least it paid for something.
Yeah. Pays for half of the
Um,
electricity I use during the video.
yeah.
That's about it. But I don't know. Nice to get something back.
Yeah.
That was the thing that frustrated me when I hit the 1,000 whatever. It was like, oh, I wonder if I'm close to the mark, whatever. And it showed over total of everything, I've got like 7,000 watch hours or something. And they're like, oh, yeah, it only counts as year to date and shorts don't count. So your actual number is, at the time, it was like 2,700 or something.
Oh,
So
jeez.
I was like, you guys suck.
You always got to screw you one way or another on something.
Yeah. I'm getting better. I'm at about 3,460. So
I need to put more videos out. This month's been real bad because I had the flu, and then my neck's been bothering me. I got the shots in the neck last week, and that's doing a little bit better. So I'm hoping to maybe try and get out and do some videos on some stuff. It's just hard to work on stuff when it's so cold out or when the
yeah,
weather's crappy.
yeah,
We'll see. I should try and put more stuff out though.
yeah. I've been doing minimum one a week, sometimes two.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
it's just
nice.
hard.
Yeah,
You get
and
home
it's
from
nice.
work and you're just beat.
Yeah, it's nice to do it on a schedule. Like pretty much every Friday, 5 o'clock, I get a video.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I do like a Monday or a Tuesday or something as well. In between there, I might do a short, but You know, and shorts aren't hard to do. Shorts are nice and easy little thing, but you know, shorts are such a deceiving thing, you know, because YouTube pushes them so hard, and it's like, oh wow, I got a short that's got 5,000 views. That's great. Well, that's great, but it doesn't count worth anything.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Yeah, it doesn't count towards your monetization or any of that kind of stuff, your watch hours or anything.
I've got a short of the 69 Roadrunner just starting up and walking around it, and that's got 65,000 views.
Jeez.
But they don't care because it's a short.
Yeah.
You know, that thing alone's got like 750 watch hours, which is all I need.
But they
like,
don't count.
It's a short. We don't care.
Oh man.
I was like, dang it. Why you gotta be like that?
You'll get there.
Yeah. It
What are you
doesn't matter.
taking to the no names next year? Or what are you
66,
hoping to take? You're going to take the
66
Belvedere?
Yeah. The 66 Belvedere, if things go according to plan. The backup plan will be the Super B. Because, I mean, the Super B should be running this spring. And then the backup plan to the backup plan is the 69 Roadrunner.
Mm.
And if for some reason all three of those don't run or are broken, then maybe I'll bring the 71 if we still have it. I don't know.
Well, Brian, I think I'm going to hop off. My battery's about ready to die on my phone.
Yeah. No problem.
So it's nice hanging out with you.
Yeah, great hanging out. If you know, definitely do this anytime. If you see anything, definitely jump up.
All right. I'll catch you later, man.
All right, you have a good night.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. So, for people in the comments, anybody who's still watching, if anybody wants to jump up in the comments, like we just had Chris up here, Chris Testa Speed Shop. If you haven't seen his channel, definitely consider subscribing to him. He's a real good guy. He's got a lot of good stuff. If anybody wants to go and talk about anything, definitely do. Or if anybody just wants to talk about anything in the comments, definitely do. Yeah, Brian, I did put a link in Discord, or I have one in the comments right here, you know. If you want, I can put another one in the Discord. If you want, I can post it again if you can't see it or don't find it. Are you working, Brian? I don't know if you work Wednesdays. I need to like keep track of schedules. Oh, you're at work. Dang it, everybody's working. Y'all have jobs and lives and stuff. What's that all about? Let's see. Anything going on here? No. Yeah. Check something here quick. Let's talk about any car stuff, Mopar stuff. Let me know. If anybody wants to ask about anything, please do. All right, who we still got in here? Not a lot of comments in a little while, but we've had a lot of people come here. We've had, Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 different people comment. So that's good. If anybody wants to jump up or say anything in the comments, please do. It's a lot better having somebody on here. I don't feel like I'm talking to myself quite so much, but we'll do whatever works. So, and I'll be doing this live probably another hour or so, plus or minus. If there's not a lot of people, probably be a little bit shorter, but if I get a couple people on here, it might be a little longer. But we will see how it goes. When the secret project happens, Chris from Talking Mopar said he would want to interview us. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we need to get the secret project out of my yard. All right, let's see. Who have we got in here? Anybody jump in the comments? Please do so. So I can see who we got watching. All 5 of you. If anybody wants to talk about their projects or something going on or cars they like or anything like that, link up here on screen in the comments, jump in, hang out. Brian, don't worry about the money or anything. Obviously want to get it whenever possible, but don't worry about that. I mean, I'm not even really that worried about that. I'll get you the car before I'm even worried about that. So don't worry about it. Obviously, I like to get it, but it'll be fine. Speaking of parts and cars and stuff, Brian, do you say you needed the upper plastic for the Duster? For the interior? For the doors and then kind of the quarter panels by the windows? You just need the doors or you just need the quarter windows or what? Because I got them. I might only have one window piece actually. I'll have to look. But I just got the ones I was talking about. So if you need those, let me know. Message me or whatever. All of it. Okay. All 4 pieces. Got it. Are you going to put rear door panels on the car? Because I got rear door panels. Not rear door, rear quarter interior panels. They're like door panels. Because I got those. Because I got those. They're gold, but you could dye them black or leave them gold. It doesn't matter. You know a thing or two about painting gold panels black. It's a inside joke that you guys will get one day if that if that ever gets recorded. Yes, I need at least one to make. Well, I have a nice pair. I have a really nice pair. So you could dye black or put a different vinyl cover or diamond stitch or whatever. Use them as cores, use them as whatever. Or if you want to make your own, I can just send you the measurements, you know. I have a lot of the interior from a 73 or 4 Duster. So we can definitely talk about that stuff. All right, come on, somebody say something aside from Brian. It says I got 5 people in here. I think 4 out of 5 of them are asleep. No, there's only 4. I pissed somebody off. Three out of 4 of you is sleeping. You guys read that? Nope. Dang it. But that is a light up sign. I don't know if you'll see. It says Plymouth right there, and then Roadrunner right there, and then here is the Roadrunner bird standing up. So that's kind of cool. I picked that up from a guy on Facebook. His name is Ed Dillon, and he makes his friend, or he does, I don't remember which, but he makes those signs and he makes little banners. So if anybody has stuff like that they want, he makes them for all kinds of stuff. That's a Roadrunner one. We got a blue Roadrunner one and a blue Super Bee one, and they come on in different colors. Like that's the blue one for the blue Roadrunner, and I got a blue one, blue Super Bee for the blue Super Bee. But they got red, orange, green, white, all kinds of different ones. And then all kinds of different cars. Super Bee, Roadrunner, Charger, Challenger, Cuda. But yeah, he's on Facebook. His name is Ed Dillon. ED, and then DILON or DILLON. I'm not sure. His profile picture is like a Cubs thing. So if you're looking for stuff like that, check that guy out. He's got all kinds of cool stuff. Let's see. I got a few people in the live still. Somebody else must be doing a live tonight. Well, it's a Wednesday night also. People might still be working. Hopefully everybody's having a good night. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Oh, you don't need to be when you're at work.
What's up?
I feel like you're gonna get in trouble.
No, I'm on lunch.
Ah,
I'm just walking outside to smoke or vape or whatever they call what I do.
more like a dinner break.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, and they bought us dinner for the holidays, so we had some catered fried chicken. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh shit, where's Jed at?
He said he's watching a movie with Anna.
Oh. Damn girlfriend's shit.
Yeah.
No, I would actually just stay in the live and take you back to my machine with me, but it would get really loud.
Yeah.
You know, right now I am standing on the spot. Is your Roadrunner a St. Louis car?
Yeah, I've got several that are St. Louis cars, yeah.
I am standing on the spot where they were born.
Oh, yeah. My 71 is a St. Louis car. The 66 Belvedere is a St. Louis car. The Top Secret Project is a St. Louis car.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I know everything about that top secret project. We need to announce that. I don't know how we're going to do it, though.
I need to get all the snow off of it first.
Well, yeah, just don't scratch the paint.
Don't scratch off the beautiful repaint.
Hey. Yeah, we need to figure something out for that. Maybe sooner than later.
Yeah.
At least just announce it, you know, and then, I don't know, give us something to talk about on lives and stuff, and
Yeah.
might be able to get 2 or 3 videos out of it. Wonder how we could do that. Might have to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were talking about No Name Nationals. The last I heard, and it was Friday.
Yeah.
On Wilburn's Live. Do you see me all right? Yeah, I'm not even looking at my phone. Was he said that there was a chance he might announce everything this Friday.
That would be cool.
Yeah, because he's going to PRI, and he said he might. He said if everything's, he doesn't want to announce anything until it's all set in stone, because he doesn't want to happen like what happened last year where they had to move the date, you know.
I'm just hoping that they stay with Jeffers.
That's my big worry, and that's the only thing that would. Well, I have kind of 2 worries. One of them is if they stay with Jeffers, which I mean, I don't know why Jeffers wouldn't want it.
Well, the fact that
we
the
don't.
track's for sale.
Well, that track's been for sale for, you know how long that track's been for sale?
I have no idea.
It's a long time, because the only bad thing about that track for local people, there are so many tracks around here. I've got 3 that I could go to that are closer than Jeffers. And I don't know how much you drove around Sykeston, but it's not that big of a town.
No. I mean, it's decent, but it's not like a big city at all.
Yeah. But no, I hope it's there, and I hope it is not the same weekend as Mo Party. Those are my 2 hopes. Because if it's the same weekend as Mo Party, I'm going to be upset that I missed Mo Party.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I can't. I after the fun I had, because I usually only go to Mo Party for one day. You know, it's like I say, oh, I'm going to go to these events and I'm going to go 2 days or however long the event is. Well, usually after the first day, I'm done.
Hmm.
And
Well, we got to have more
Fuck,
fried
No
Slim
Name.
Jims.
No Name was like, I wish they'd have kept going that Sunday. You know.
Well, we got to have more grilled Slim Jims.
Well, yeah, we're bringing the grilled Slim Jims. We're bringing a lot of stuff this year.
How about
A
we
lot.
actually grill something for real this time?
Oh, we did. We had burgers.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
But yeah, no, well, we're gonna bring some real stuff to grill. Hopefully, we have more than one person bring a grill, and I want to once everything is announced, I want to get with whoever wants to be in our pit, in the Cool Guy pit. You know, there we go, in the Cool Guy pit, and we want to work some stuff out to where people can bring stuff, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like if we have the awnings, have all of them attached and have just a big line of awnings. If somebody wants to bring merch, oh my God.
That was fast. I just got here.
What's funny is my mouse was hovering right as you jumped on, and my mouse was hovering on the add button. And I was like, oh, tap.
Huh. Hi, Brian. That's unexpected.
Hi, Jed. I'm standing on the spot where Jezebel was born.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm cool like that.
I like your cool safety shields.
Hey, I'm at work. Safety first.
Goggles.
You look cute with those.
They're not goggles. They're regular glasses. They're just old man trifocal glasses
Trifocal.
with safety shields.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
bifocal.
You know what? Someone who looks different without glasses. Holy shit!
Yeah, I look different when I let my hair down
this
too.
for a minute.
I can't see anything.
I can't see shit either.
Oh my God, Ryan actually looks younger without his glasses on.
He does.
It's like
Jed.
he takes his glasses off and he goes back into the womb.
Jed,
What?
21, 16.
14, you mean? I feel like I'm not even legally allowed to hang out with you without your glasses on.
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Probably.
How many people are on here?
3.
How many people we got? 3? Oh, all right. Got to use my little to get in.
You got a secret code.
I got a secret badge with my face on it.
That's his dating profile picture too.
Yeah. Now let me know if it gets too loud. I'll mute. But none of the machines are running right now.
Did you guys see who was on the live earlier?
No.
I need you to put a link to his channel up in Discord so I can go. You guys hear me all right?
Yeah. You're not
Okay.
sub.
Now here, I'm going to try to show you guys something. It makes me laugh every day. You know how on equipment they have the safety signs, like showing a guy's hand and fingers getting cut off? Like, don't put your hand here. Let's see if I can get this one where you guys can see it. Wait a minute. What does that one mean?
Motherfucker's got a huge dong.
Does that mean don't put your dick in the machine? Is that what that one means?
I think so. Oh, my hair's too matted to not go without a hat, damn it. Oh, you're wearing that thing again, huh? Well, I chose, instead of taking a shower today, to edit a video. and annoy the piss out of my neighbor again by playing Viking death metal all day while cleaning my AKs. So I got my point across. Priorities. So my hair is very matted. Plus, my hands were covered in gun oil and soot, and I was constantly pulling my hair back, so it's covered in gun oil.
Has your wonderful neighbor said anything yet?
He's too scared to say anything to me.
Yeah.
And he's mad at the city because the city won't do anything about it. Those are cool shit.
Oh, you know what? I can just switch my camera. Oh.
Whoop.
Settings. Camera.
What is that?
It's a box.
You guys see that?
Yeah, it's badass looking.
That's a giant aluminum box.
I want one.
What for?
It's an explosion-proof electrical box.
Oh. Explosion proof, you say? I think Tannerite
Yeah.
says something else.
Well, see, we have a lab, and I've decided if I'm going to work here for a long time, that I want to work in the lab because they test the boxes, and if you're testing something that's explosion proof, then explosions are involved. There's my machine right there.
Ooh.
This is where I stand all night listening to you guys.
That's actually really cool.
There's my view all night. I look inside this machine and watch this thing do stuff.
That is actually really cool, actually. I'm not going to lie.
That does look cool.
Come on, settings.
But that looks cool.
They got like a rubber floor mat you stand on. Roseman used to tell me when he still owned the Rotometrics that everybody always had a fresh floor mat. Like if they ever had a complaint about their feet or back started to hurt, throw it away, go grab another one.
Yeah, they don't actually work all that much. I mean, I guess if somebody didn't already have foot or back problems, I'm going to go out this way and smoke. It might get dark.
So who is
Yeah,
in
they're
there?
doing a big holiday thing. They're raffling some stuff off and giving some stuff away. And I don't think I'm going to get any awards, so.
Hmm.
Oh, well, that works good out here, too. Ah. So, Jed, do you think we should announce the super secret project sometime soon and maybe get some hype of, for a month or two before I go and pick it up? Think that might help?
We were wondering if there should be any kind of a lead up to it.
I'd probably say hold off on any kind of announcing until like you're like a month away and you're like for sure getting it like then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't build it up like right now because you won't be getting it like super duper soon.
Mhm.
Yeah, I still got the knuckle duster hype going on until that thing runs and drives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
That's
talking to
close,
William about YouTube video stuff earlier. If you saw his post, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted my opinion on that.
Well, yeah, I understand. We all got different problems. That's the thing. It's like Ryan needs the watch time hours, and I've got my watch time hours. I just need 200 49 more subs.
Chrysler 27. You have any 67 GTX parts? Yeah. I mean, what are you looking for? I got anything from console parts to seats to some dash parts to trim to I think even a tail panel and a grill, headlight bezels. I mean, let me know what you need. Somebody called the world's best watcher says, I know the secret. You bought a Honda.
Yep. I bought a Honda. Bought a Honda off Ryan.
A Honda
Oh.
Accord.
I'll expose the big secret. I don't own a Honda.
Are you going to buy those trucks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably.
Cool. Oh, well, I got to go back, guys.
All right.
Alrighty.
I'll be
Good
listening.
night, Brad.
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Bye.
See you, Brian.
You want to buy more of them trucks, let me know. My buddy Cody down in the Osho's got a shitload of them.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think like those three that I put in the Discord, the two of them are like 63 through 65. And then the other one's a 66 or 7.
The one of them I know that Cody, it's technically his dad's stuff, is a short bed swept line, and it's all set up to be a hot rod. It's lowered and it's all set up to be super cool guy truck. And Dad and I thought about it, but it's just not in the cards for us.
Yeah.
And I'm real
Yeah.
nervous actually about putting out this next Barracuda video because it could get me in hot water with the city.
The it being on the road thing.
Yeah. So that's actually what I'm going to be doing tonight is in the YouTube editor, you can like blur things. So I'm going to be going to town on blurring as much as I possibly can in the background.
Yeah. Auto shift on the column. Yeah, I probably have a column, or I can get you a column if that's what you're looking for.
Column for 67, is that of any? I'm sure it's different from a 65 column.
I think so, yeah. 65 is, I think, longer.
I don't know. I've got a 65 column hanging up in the rafters. It was in Jezebel. I'm sure 67 is more like standard B-body shit.
I would think so.
That's just not
Here,
my
I
area
put-
of expertise.
Here, Chrysler 27. I put my email in the comment right there. Screenshot it if you're watching on a phone, whatever. Screenshot it, take a picture of it, whatever. Shoot me an email. A picture of.
There we go. I will read comments with you, sir.
All right. I have a co-pilot.
Well, kind of.
Or are you the pilot and I'm the co-pilot?
Well, this is your deal.
Yeah.
I am only here as a passenger.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, those trucks, they're in Texas. They're pretty solid. I mean, they all got some issues. They all, I don't know why. It must be just a common rust place right at the front middle of the hood. That kind of lower edge seems to kind of have some issues on all three of them. And for some reason, maybe it's just a truck thing. Maybe the mechanisms are actually jammed. I don't know. I couldn't get the hood to pop on any of them.
Those hoods kind of suck to pop open if they're similar to like what Anna's truck is. They're not fun to
But
pop.
say, this truck's probably the same sort of mechanism.
Yeah, it being a 68, I don't think the earlier ones, they fold all the way straight up vertical.
Yeah. But yeah, I know all three of them are manuals. The 66 or 7 is a 3 on the tree, and the other two are 4 shift. I don't know if they're 3 speeds or 4 speeds. I didn't check. I know one of the earlier ones is a V8, probably a Poly 318, if I had to guess. And I didn't really check the others. But I don't know.
I'm gonna get photos and price from Cody on their trucks.
Yeah.
Because a trip to Missouri is a lot closer than a trip to Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're gonna have to haul them, back and forth.
Right. Long story short, I wouldn't mind having one around, but, it was one of those things where I was offered them. I don't have a price on them yet, so that's why I don't know yet. But I was offered them by a friend of a friend, and he's like, hey, buy 3, sell 2 of them, make money, mess with a third one, whatever. But that's all I would probably do is, buy a few of them, sell a couple of them, get at least most of the money out of it, and then go from there. I wouldn't mind messing with one for a little while, but realistically, it's not really what I want. I want a 70s truck.
Oh, like the one we sold Tall John?
Mm. There was one in the same yard that these 3 are in. There was one that somebody cut the bed off and the frame's all jacked up, but it was pretty cool because it was a 72. It was the first year of the half ton, and it had right along the body line, it had that like 2-inch wide trim. I'm not sure if you ever saw that before, but it's like 2-inch wide trim where it separates on the two-tone from the upper and the lower. The top of it was petty blue, and the bottom was white with white interior.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
72 D100.
Yeah. And that had a 1972 only grill.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Talk about Dylan McCool behind his back. I tell you what, man. Whoever hate his videos or the way he acts, he is generally one of the nicer guys on YouTube who hasn't just got a big stick up his ass.
Yeah, I've never talked to him, but I mean, he seems to be that way.
No, I've sent him a number of Facebook messages, and I've talked to him back and forth. He's always real kind and courteous. I don't know if he actually knows who I am or knows anything about me, but with that being said, I mean, he seems pretty freaking cool and straight. I know I've sent him messages, and I've also texted him before. Charger's cool, Challenger's not. It's the wrong year for me in the modern Hemi thing. But
Yes.
I like the oddball cars he did. Like, I even like that little Mustang 2 he did. Kind of an unsung hero. I've never been a diplomat guy or whatever the cop car he's got, but I think it's kind of unique. I like different stuff.
Yeah.
The world needs different. Yeah, sorry, World's Best Watcher. I don't really have anything bad to really say about Dylan. I mean, he's a little overly religious for my taste, but I'm not going to fault him for that. It's just the way he was raised. And I mean, whatever floats a man's boat, honestly.
Yeah. No, I don't have anything.
I just don't get religious around people because I don't see a reason. The Gen 3 Hemi swap did make me want to throw up, though. And thinking about it's making me want to have diarrhea. That might have been a test to see if I would trash talk him. No, no. Yeah, he is legitimately pretty nice. Never met him in person though. I mean, for someone with the size of his channel, he could be like other guys his size and just not give a crap about his viewers, but he seems to actually honestly care about them. What's your take on it, Ryan? Ryan? Oh God. Oh, we lost Ryan. Hi everybody. This is not my show. Just a lot of pressure has just been thrust upon me. I don't know what to do. Ryan, I hope you make it back soon, or I'm gonna start saying profanities. Yep. So how is everybody in chat? I don't even know how many of you there are. It's not my live. I just figured I'd come hang out with my buddy. Anybody? I kind of feel like that scene in Wayne's World. Yeah. Yeah, we can talk about Ryan behind his back. I mean, he is a baby face, but I mean, I was a late bloomer too with facial hair. It didn't come in till forever. It's really all I can say is he's got a baby face. he really knows his shit though. Oh. That was so awkward. That was extremely freaking awkward for about 2 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys could hear me at all.
No, I just see you make like the same face all the time, which is
like this.
Yeah, you were like, you don't move very much. So I was waiting for you to respond to me going like, so what do you think? And then you just stood there and was like, maybe he froze. As it turns out, you did freeze.
Yep. Okay, back to the Dylan McCool thing just for a second. I said, I don't know if you guys heard me or not. I said the only thing that I could potentially say that could be taken negative is it seems like he might be a little bit easily bought when it comes to his sponsor stuff. But that's just kind of what goes with having a channel his size, I'm sure, But I can't fault him for it. I mean,
Now, I can say this, I get a lot of offers. My email is just full of offers. The thing is trying to weed through all of the horse shit and picking stuff that actually matches and belongs in your channel. Stuff that, you would feel right selling to your viewers.
right.
God dang it, Ryan. There we go. I'm going to be spamming your phone with a shitload of pictures.
Okay.
I wish Cody would have just sent all these in one message instead of like, whoa.
That's the truck I was talking about. That's what it would have looked like.
Oh, that trim. I haven't seen that trim before. That's not petty blue.
You see the grill. It's not petty blue, but it's similar.
Yeah.
You see the grill, how it's different?
Yeah. That's not too bad.
It's 72 only.
Let me see. Let me just forward all of this stuff. Let's see. Wow. You see this price, you're going to owe me.
Jeez.
You're going to owe me. So that red cab with the primer bed, that's the hot rod truck.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody in chat. Just passing a good deal along. And that's Cody's text right from me.
Okay.
If you're interested, I have his dad's number. It's kind of hard to beat for that price.
No, that's not a bad price at all. That's good.
Just that freaking hot rod truck would bring that easy.
Yeah.
Like we saw it in person. I didn't go look at the other trucks in person, but it was like the hot rod truck. Like that's the truck that anybody would want. Anybody wants a short bed. And if you were gonna keep one, that would be the one to keep. But that's also your money maker.
Right. They don't look too rusty or anything.
No, I mean they're just typical Missouri area trucks, basically.
Yeah.
Cody is the guy. Shit, I don't think I've ever really shown off Cody's car in my videos, but he's got a 69. Oh yeah, yeah, Mrs. Dust Devil. Yeah, I can send you the pictures too, Brian. Actually, I can
Yeah.
just put it in Discord. The deal is honestly open to anybody. I mean, I just want to help Cody's dad clean up the property.
Mhm.
It's between whoever wants them the most. Honestly, I don't give a damn. Or Ryan, you could buy the lot and then hook Brian or his wife up with one of them. They're all the early style trucks, like what Anna has and what Ryan was talking about. They're the 70 and back body style.
Yeah,
The short bed is the coolest one in my opinion.
the short bed and then that black and yellow one, that's 62 or 63 through 65. And then
Yeah,
that
these
other
are all clear, yeah.
that other one was a 66 or 7. And then Anna's is a 68, right?
Yeah.
And that 68 style went to 71.
Yeah. I see I like that red primered one. I like that front end with the 2 headlights and then the little marker light below it.
Mhm.
I like that. That's actually going to be a pain to send to the Discord because I got all the photos like how I sent them to you. It's going to be a pain in the
Right.
ass. I
You can just forward it to him through Messenger.
I could. I'm just going to save them all.
Yeah.
And then I'll just remember to delete them. So carry your live, Ryan, while I do this. Crash talk yourself. That's what World's Best Watcher wanted.
Oh, myself? I'm just kind of awkward and don't know how to be in front of a camera.
Well, pretend like it's not a camera. Like pretend like you're at my place and you're bullshitting with me.
That was the best in front of camera appearance I've ever had, is when someone else is holding the camera, and I don't really have someone else to hold the camera, so.
Well, pretend someone's holding the camera. Pretend like you're just hanging out with me. It's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. Like literally, I just sit there and pretend like I'm hanging out with myself.
Yeah.
You just got to get that mindset. It's not too bad. There we go. Oh, I can only upload 10 files at a time. Oh, god dang it, Discord.
Discord always keeps on trying to send me things like upgrade to Discord Premium, whatever stupid thing, and I'm like, no.
Don't do that.
Jeez. They're like, then we'll let you send X amount of pictures, whatever, and small video, whatever things, and I'm like, no.
Could you imagine if I had the power to send videos in Discord?
Yeah. That would, yeah. You're frozen. It's not me this time. I'm moving. Jed, you're broken. Dang it! Where did? Why is everybody having technical difficulties on my live? That's not fun. He's faking it. No, he's gone. I did not kick him off. I promise that. Jed, come back. You were the only thing keeping this live interesting. All 2 people watching want you back.
My internet dropped. So what? I was just frozen?
Yeah. Brian said you were faking it.
That must have been awkward. I don't know what face I left out on.
You were doing this. Basically.
This?
Other way, but yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
basically like that.
Oh well. I was not faking that.
Yeah, suddenly you were frozen, then suddenly I was like, wait, is it me?
Yeah, see, I at first it was your screen went all swirly, and then mine went swirly, and then the whole thing just. Oh,
Swirly. Somebody flushed it down the toilet?
yeah, it was pretty terrible. They didn't flush beforehand,
Oof.
so it was me and the chicken McNuggets.
Oof.
Yeah, enjoy that mental image.
Jed,
that's
come.
Brian at all?
Brian.
Well, I'm not that special.
Jeez, Brian.
You should have more the mentality of my neighbor. Wishes I was dead.
Oof. Yeah.
Oh, I know. That's what he wants. You know, I don't want to get on that subject here terribly bad, but he kind of wishes we would just keep it down and keep quiet. It's kind of hard to do that as a hot rodder.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's all pissed off that he called our cars junk. That's like the only part that Dad's mad about.
Well, that's when you sent me that thing in Discord and stuff in the group chat, whatever, and I saw him say like, a bunch of junk cars, and I'm like, dude, do you realize the dollar amount of what's there?
Well, and my other half is sorry, not all of us have a military pension from letting a hangar door close on our foot and allowing us to get full disability from the U.S. government for the rest of our days. Because literally, he let a hangar door close on his foot. He was a helicopter mechanic, and that got him out of the Air Force. And he has a brand new Ford pickup and a brand new Ford Bronco, and he gets brand new vehicles every year.
Yeah.
You know?
And you're the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually true. Yeah, you combine like the value of what's a 70 Charger worth in my Charger's condition.
What's your dad's 68 worth?
That's a real question. We've always wondered what it would be worth. It's not a real Hemi car, but it's got a Hemi now. It's a real RT. And it's just an RT, not an RTSE, which is kind of unusual because most of the time you see RTSE.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's I bet, obviously not that you guys want to get rid of it at all, but if you wanted to sell that, I bet you get real good money for it.
Yeah. I mean,
First
my
of
buddy Jesse just posted a 70.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and it was like 47,000. I've seen that car up close several times when he first brought it home, and it's like, it's not a bad car.
I told him he should park it next to Jezebel for a picture.
I mean, seriously, that car in person is not bad. Like a pair of front seat covers, and maybe do a new vinyl roof. Leave the lower quarters the way they are, so you don't mess with the paint. And just drive the wheels off the damn thing.
Yeah. I was saying earlier, I don't know if that was before or after I cut off. Did you see who was on my live earlier?
No.
Chris Testa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God dang. I sent him the invite to Discord several times.
Yeah, Testa dropped out of the live once or twice. He couldn't figure out how his phone was working.
Oh, well, he is of the advanced age range, technically.
Hmm.
Young people. Wait,
Yeah.
you're almost 10 years younger than me. That hurts to say out loud.
Yeah. Had a few people come through the chat. Mark was in here for a little bit in the chat. I always do lives whenever Mark is working. I don't know why.
You have that sixth sense.
I got you to come on here. I didn't even have to say B5 Blue.
You did now. You know, that is quite annoying. Fucking Barracuda's blue.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like it. I mean, I like the Barracuda.
Brian said your cars are worth 3 times what his house is worth. I don't know if I go that far.
Yeah, I don't know if I go that far. Probably equal. Land here is real expensive, and so are houses.
I mean, in your area, that's got to be based on if I was to equate to our area, which obviously is different, but if I was to go that similar kind of town, similar kind of area, you know, it'd be about 320,
It's not that much. So
300, 320.
Okay,
You fade away.
there we go. So the big house across the street from us, and it's quite a bit of land behind it. Well, not quite a bit. It's pretty good land, but not the big barn. The big barn, it all belongs to the same guy, but he actually lives in the barn right next door. He's selling the house and the 2 shops behind it for $350,000.
That's
I
not
think
that.
I think our property's like 230, and Gary's would be very similar to that.
Yeah.
Gary's pulled a lot more strings and pushed more buttons so he could have more on his land. We're just willing to. We're not going to fight to be able to put up a shop that's only marginally bigger than what the city will allow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to live in rural Kansas. My biggest thing is staying close enough to my Mopar friends here. So like Jesse and all of them, I need to stay close enough that it isn't a trip to drive out to their place.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have all the friends I did here, I'd move to Salina. Or actually, I was gonna move somewhere. I'd probably move to freaking Overbrook, which is actually where I was from. That's where Jesse lives.
Yeah. You need to build a shop out where you guys have your farm.
The problem is it's all gravel. It's about 1.5 miles of gravel.
Kind of
And-
defeats the purpose a little bit.
And it's a very low maintenance road. Like they very rarely do any kind of maintenance on that road. And I've always said if you're going to live on gravel, might as well just kiss everything goodbye that could ever be nice.
Yeah.
And see, land outside the city limits is really high because everybody they want to be near the town I live in just because it's somewhat decent, but they don't want to actually be in the city limits because of the stupid rules.
Yeah.
And we're paying we pay more in sales tax here than you do in Kansas City.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Kansas
Not-
City sucks.
It does. We're 9.8% or something like that.
Jeez.
Um,
We're like
oh,
7.
7.5.
Yeah, I think.
God, I
Or
wish.
7.
I wish. The only place worse than Kansas City to me, it's in Kansas, is Topeka.
Hmm.
I hate Topeka.
I don't like Wichita.
Wichita is just huge. But I would rather cruise Wichita than I would Topeka.
Fair enough.
So what else is going on, Ryan?
Not a lot. I mean, just kind of in between things right now. Kind of not really knowing what to do. I've been pushing out a bunch of videos that are basically fill-ins. Hopefully I'll get Mark over here maybe next week. Start working on his 440.
Yeah.
Weather depending, his availability depending. Might get some footage on that because we're going to be just pulling the cam and lifters that are in that out, putting in his other cam, new timing chain. Then he's putting his other oil pan and pickup for truck on it, his Street Dominator intake, and then just gaskets, valve cover gaskets, oil pan gasket, timing gasket, valley pan. And yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be too difficult. Then we'll be dynoing it. I don't know when that'll be. That might have to wait till, first of the year kind of thing, but I'm not sure. Wait till, after holidays because that's coming up quicker than I'm ready for.
Yeah, I'd rather just pretend like there's no such thing.
Yeah.
Never been in the holidays.
Oh, and business around the holidays sucks.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're currently at about a third of what we usually are.
Oof.
For sure, half.
Yeah. Hey.
Is Pepper running away from you?
Yeah, she's doing the usual. Pick me up. No, don't pick me up. Pick me up. Don't pick me up. I want in. I want out.
I caught my cat last night eating a mouse.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, not eating it. She was chasing it around, playing with it, batting at it, and I had to stun it for her to eat it.
What?
She kept on trying to eat it, but it kept on turning around and like trying to bite her or claw her, and she kept on like freaking out about it.
One of my snakes, when I used to have ball pythons, it was kind of fucked up.
Hey, Roy.
Oh, Roy. Hey, Roy. What's up? Long time no talk.
Right?
Yeah, I forgot the snake story. It's stupid. But, hi, Ryan. So you got Mark coming by, do the 440 deal.
Yeah, potentially. We'll see. What happens, what his availability is for work. I don't know what he's doing for work, so we'll see.
Well, he's a male stripper, so.
Okay.
You didn't know that? You really buy that he was in the medical profession?
Oh, really?
Yeah, nobody can afford hot rods on his budget. He's a male stripper, too.
Okay. Does he wear the Bigfoot costume?
I'm not allowed to disclose on what day he wears the Bigfoot outfit,
Okay.
but I'm not kidding either. Yeah.
Jed, do
You
you
know what?
believe in Bigfoot?
I believe in Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. He plays a saxophone on YouTube and Facebook. And he wears those great big pit viper sunglasses.
Tuh.
And he goes by the stage name Sax Squatch.
Tuh.
It's fantastic.
I've never seen.
What?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god. It started out as a I imagine as a joke. A guy dressed up as Bigfoot and played the saxophone out in the woods. Now he's doing a tour. And I think he was going to be in Kansas City, and I was like, God dang, I want to go to that. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I've got a list of projects to do, and it's cold outside.
That shouldn't stop you.
Yeah, the high was 30 today.
Ain't that bad. That's livable almost. See, if you get busy, then you stay warm. But if you just stand around, you know, up your butt, you get cold. And your thumb gets dirty too.
It stays warm though.
It does. You just don't get it anywhere near your face.
Don't eat anything directly after.
Very thorough with cleaning and.
Yeah, don't eat anything.
Yeah, well, you could. It just wouldn't. Just don't let anybody else know.
That's not chocolate.
Well, could have fooled me.
Okay, anyways. But yeah, I got 5 different things I want to work on, and just
okay. 5 things.
Okay.
You have 5. All right.
Oh boy.
That's for another project. That's for someone else. All right, Ryan's 5 big projects. See that? I wrote it down. All right, Ryan, what's project number 1?
Not in any specific order, but start the Tunnel Ram 440 build. I gotta take everything apart, clean it, and put it back together, really.
And what car does that belong to?
66 Belvedere.
Yeah, and that's your no-name car.
Yeah. That's my you don't like it car.
I just don't like those cars, sorry. Project number 2.
Project number 2 is to work on the 66 Belvedere, really. I mean, there's a million things to do on it, but it's not very...
That made me waste writing. That is all encompassed with the 66 Belvedere with the 440 Tunnel Ram, sir.
Okay. I didn't know you were putting the car as in that category as well.
Well, if the engine is for the car, then yes, it's part of the
Or
car.
the car related to the engine, and the engine related to the car. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to, technically we're live, but we can discuss this because if anybody in chat is curious about doing YouTube-y stuff, I talked to William about this today. You're gonna do a build series. This is how you plan the build series out. You follow through. Like you start on one piece of the build, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And since this 440 with a tunnel ram belongs to said car,
yes.
If you're gonna make, so let's just go here. So if you're gonna do a video series on building that car, it'd be a great deal to start the series out with introductory to said car.
Yeah.
This is the car. This is why I'm doing it. This is the plan. And then you can tease the 440 and stuff. And then you do a little bit on the car, a little bit on the engine. Focus on one, focus on the other. You decide which way you want to go.
I myself would keep the 440 separate from the car, generally speaking, because I think people are more likely to watch a 440 build or 440 build series than, oh yeah, here's the Belvedere, and also we're going to be working on a 440. You know,
Well, yeah. You introduce said car. You get people
break
a
it
little
up,
bit
but you
enthused.
keep it cohesive.
You get people kind of enthused on the car, and then you take a break from the car. Like say you're waiting on parts to get here, or you're waiting on paint to dry, and then you go and do your whole 440 stint, and then you get it all. You get that whole part of the video playlist done, and then hey, look, we're ready to take this motor, which we just built. If you missed those videos, right in the car, and then it all ties itself together like a nice pour.
Yep.
I said
And
pour.
one of the other things would be the 1971 Roadrunner. I need to do a lot of stuff to that too, but I need to build out the interior, address the paint on it, get that polished or whatever after probably further wet sanding, which I just ordered the materials for, and fix whatever horrible, horrific clunking is going on in the front end. And there's a leak in the brake system I need to find. That's not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal, but I'll figure it out.
So 71 Roadrunner, interior, paint, figure out clunking, fix it, brakes.
And burn the tires off it.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Well, don't do that.
Rubber. Okay, what would be number 3 then?
The 69 Roadrunner. The boil one. The 69 Roadrunner. Be more specific. The blue one. Be more specific. Jeez. The one with the black hood stripes. Be more specific. The one with blue interior. Be more specific. The 383 4-speed car. Be more specific.
Jeez.
The numbers matching car. Be more specific.
You're gonna give me a migraine.
Oh, I'm giving myself a migraine. The one with the good hood. There you go.
Okay.
The original paint car. There you go.
Good hood.
Good hood Roadrunner.
There you go. Okay, so what do you got to do to the 69 Good Head Blue Roadrunner?
I'm wanting to kind of work on the engine. I mean, that's carb intake headers and a cam. And potentially put a different center chunk in the rear end, because that 323 is not going to be the greatest behind that 4-speed.
You gotta start calling it a hogshead. That's how cool guys say it.
Call it a what?
A hogshead.
I can see that.
Kind of looks like the head of a hog if anybody was curious. Okay, so engine, carb intake headers, which is, oh, you said cam, right?
Yep.
Cam. I miss cam. So your general, I want to make my cool lane car cooler.
I'm also swapping seats in it.
Oh, soft seats. So it's interior stuff. Because not saying it's not a cool car, but when you own the car, it's not as cool to you as let's just say someone else. So you want to make it faster. It's all day 2 stuff.
Oh, you're going to get pissed when my dad cuts the quarters off it. Yeah.
The quarter's fine on that one. I can't keep track of all your damn cars. Like when you said 71 Roadrunner, which one?
The orange one.
Oh yeah, I kind of figured the orange one.
No,
God
you're
damn.
pissed off when we cut the quarters. This is the. I was about to say the good Roadrunner. Well, that's not specific. I'll pull up pictures of it.
I'm just trying to help you get on track with your
Right.
million fun projects.
My infinite list of problems.
So you got the perfect situation for doing YouTube with the cars if you just had the time.
That one.
Oh yeah, that one. What's wrong with the quarters?
Oh, they're bad. They're real bad.
I see a little bit of schmutz going on in the front.
Big hole here, and you see the body line right there? There's only about an inch or two below the body line that's still metal.
What would be wrong with patches?
Well, my dad's probably going to be having this get quarters, trunk extensions, trunk pan, and the whole thing. You know, he just hates all this.
Oh, well, you know, in your dad's defense, he got from a different time, and an extension, it's how you were raised, so I won't fault you. And there's nothing wrong with liking your cars done right and being restored. But it took my dad's van for him to realize your paint and bodywork means dick to enjoying the car. He enjoys that van way more. He's put more miles on the van than he has in his Charger.
Mm,
And not everybody is the same. Not everybody feels the same about it. Like some people, it's important. Like that's kind of what they want.
right.
And I'm not going to fault anybody for liking that. I also just like the idea of if it don't need it really, then don't do it. Obviously, if it's just completely, if the quarters are flopping and flying in the breeze, going to hurt somebody. Yes,
You're
please fix them. But I don't know. I mean, if he's got the stuff to do it, and that's like the car he wants to do it with, I say go for it.
Jay, do you think I should try to clean these up?
Yeah, they'll clean up.
And they got some pitting, but
Once you go over with the 4/0 steel wool, that pitting will hardly be noticeable.
I kind of figured that. But
You would be
My-
amazed.
my dad bought because he likes the tires.
Oh yeah, the G60s.
He likes the old polyglass white winners.
Yeah. What are those? Probably 14s. Oh no,
Another
15s.
50.
Right there.
Yeah.
Duh. Jesus.
Yeah, they're 15s. He bought the pair of them for $50.
Ain't bad.
The wheels are 7s, I believe. They're Unilugs.
You gotta be careful with Keystone Unilugs. You gotta make sure you get the right washers,
Yeah.
or they will be trash. What wheel was it? I think it's the like Anson slotted mags. I like the way they do Unilug because they have an oval washer that fits in a recess,
Right.
and then it determines which pattern it is. It isn't just, oh God, I hope it fits. Like those quarters are freaking beautiful.
It's got a hole here.
And
I'm going to leave him.
I like that car just the way it is. I'm still not real big on the red brake drums. Just
Yeah.
a little much for me, but I understand. But
It's factory. Not really, but I mean, it is.
yeah,
They didn't pay him that much from the factory.
see, like when I do like the brake drums on Jezebel, I didn't paint them just black. They're actually a really, really dark blue.
Hmm.
You just shine a light on and be able to tell.
The only thing I don't like about the way these quarters are, especially with a bigger tire in there like this, is not really that big of a tire, but it's a bigger than you'd see average, is how square it makes the front look.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've
Versus
always, yeah.
a smooth.
Well, like even on my Duster, even Dusters in general, I've always hated how the front of the quarter is just square and then boom, straight down, but the back has that nice flare.
Yeah, like this kind of.
Yeah, yeah, exactly like that. I don't know why the front couldn't be the same. It's almost like the front actually comes back in a little bit.
Yeah, like it has a little bit of a backward sweep to it.
Yeah. Okay, project number 4 for Mr. Ryan.
Huh. Either finish the Super Bee or yank the engine out of it.
Okay, that's not an option.
Yank the engine out of it's not an option.
Well, that's just not enough for me to write down.
Yeah, I know.
It's not enough for me to waste the ink in my pen line.
Not enough to quantify it on the list.
So here you have 3 very solid build series. Stop flopping,
Yeah.
please. I would say if I was Ryan and I was going to do a build series and I wanted to get good YouTube views, I would do the 71 Roadrunner or the 69 Roadrunner. Both are
Mhm.
extremely cool cars, and honestly, if I was going to pick one, the stuff you need to do to the 71, it's it's not super
I see
entertaining stuff to watch, but it is important stuff. It'd make good how-tos if you were going to do that.
Right.
The paint thing, bringing it back to life, I think would do exceptionally well. Burning rubber, of course, everybody likes that. The 69 here, it's you got good engine stuff. You got some interior stuff. I can't read my damn handwriting now. It's got some good stuff. So I think between those two, you got some really good stuff. Now it's just me. Never been a 66 or 7 B-body guy. Never have been. But I think everything you have to do on that car, that's like a whole package.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the Tunnel Ram 440 segment of that will do good.
well, I think what you're going to do with the car in general is going to be very cool. And if you're planning on bringing it to No Name, it would be better to get started on that right now.
Yeah.
Get it running, driving, tested. Make sure you're cozy and comfy with it. And basically burn the car down, metaphorically. And get that thing done and out of your hair, and then you can focus on 71 or 69.
Yeah.
So that would be my recommendation.
Real quick, here's a teaser for all 4 people watching.
Oh, that's mean. He's gonna kill you. You know that, right?
What?
He will kill you.
Oh, if he's still watching, I'm sure he'll.
Oh, he's listening. You know he is.
Well, yeah, I know he's listening. I don't know if he knows what I did or not. It's the super secret project, but it's been in the background of like 5 videos.
Oh yeah. He's gonna stab you. He is gonna stab you.
All 4 people saw it for 3 seconds.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's one of them.
Mhm.
So, and if your dad's watching, so we ain't got to worry about that potentially. Which, if your dad's watching, howdy, sir.
He's not. He's
No?
not.
Oh,
No.
dang.
No, he doesn't know how to turn the TV to the Roku.
Oh. So, yeah, if I was going to recommend you to do a project between these three you've given me out of your supposed five, I would say do the 66.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Maybe you'll find that group of diehards for 66s and 7s. They exist. Hey, hey.
There you go, guys. You can see how short Jet is.
I'm the second tallest guy there, thank you.
Yeah. You can see how short Marty is.
Marty's adorable.
Chris Testa's just standing there all nicely.
Yeah. The Mark is nowhere near as short as he said he was.
He's like 5'11".
Yeah, he kept telling me he's 5'8".
No. He's
Yeah,
5'10".
yeah, there is no way he's 5'8".
No.
If he's 5'8", then I'm like, I am hell of a lot shorter than I am supposed to be.
If he's 5'8", you're 5'10".
Yeah, and I have never been 5'10". I kind of skipped that level.
Really? You went from 5'9" to 5'11"?
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
I was gonna say I'm supposed to be 6 foot. When I was out of high school, they measured me at 6 foot exact, almost.
I'm 6'1", supposedly almost 6'2". I don't know. I haven't checked.
You need to stop going through puberty, sir.
Really?
Yes. Your very long, extended puberty range. And yes, Brian, he did it again.
Brian.
Again?
Again? I didn't do anything. I did nothing. You saw nothing.
Yeah, he was showing off your modeling photos.
Ooh, I have a better picture of it.
Oh.
Oh, I won't do it.
Brian doesn't need his modeling photos all over the internet. Again.
Not again.
He wants to see his thong photos. Okay, put them up.
No. Do it? Oh, he wants to see it? Okay.
That's what I said. Yeah, put up his thong photos.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, I'm on a
Kind
different
of
card.
wondering why you have his modeling photos saved on your computer, but 8 foot with his eco. Mark is still watching.
There you go,
You
Brian.
need to make like part of the contract that he has to keep those hubcaps on the car.
I have the full set. He said he would throw them away.
Oh, he needs to keep them.
If he's going to throw them away, I'll keep them.
Put them on Jezebel.
There's Mark. Hi, Mark.
I would need
Mark.
to figure out what kind of full hubcaps came on 70 Chargers.
Probably the ones like on the 68 Bullet.
I'm talking full hubcap.
Those are full. Like on the Bullet Charger?
I thought it had dog dishes.
I thought they were full. I could be wrong.
I might be wrong. I don't know. I've actually never watched Bullet. Didn't ever.
I've seen the
McQueen
chase.
didn't do much for me. Oh, you already have it pulled up?
No. I have something else pulled up.
See you later, Roy.
Have a good night, man.
That's talking to Roy.
No,
What?
to Roy. Yeah, I was saying have a good night, man.
Oh, I thought you said me.
No.
Oh, it did have. Yeah, okay. It had the.
Note to anybody. Yeah. Note to anybody with a 71 B body that wants to put 8-inch rims on the front of their car. Don't.
Why?
I had these wheels mounted and balanced. I did it myself, and the wheel weights hit the upper control arm.
Really?
It's that close.
The rally wheels, anyways, are ugly.
The tires on the front are a little too big.
They look like they're really close.
These are 255 60s.
Ooh, wow.
It was just what we had around. See, look how the quarter is nice and shiny here.
Yeah. You make the rest of it like that.
Maybe put door handles on it.
Yeah, it'd probably be good. Mark, ain't it right that you work at a strip club dressed as Bigfoot on Wednesdays? Wait, whoops. Sorry.
What?
I told you that Mark was a male stripper, but he won't ever admit to it.
Mark, don't get in trouble at work for watching this interesting show.
I'm kind of amazed on how he's working and dancing at the same time. That pole
So-
dancing's a hard job.
Mark, how busy is the ER right now?
It's not as busy as a strip club with him in it.
Are they both called the emergency room?
Oh, I got you to freaking make a joke. Feel accomplished.
Either way, it seems like somebody needs assistance.
I like that.
And possibly medical attention.
At a place like that, yeah, it probably wouldn't be bad to be trained in both fields. Especially on senior night.
I hope that's not an actual thing.
It wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't.
Yeah. Ooh, here's something I can update anybody that is watching on.
Hey.
This car is being brought down the week before Christmas, is being brought down to Texas, and it is getting all the metalwork done.
That car I can see definitely needs it.
Quarters, outer wheel houses, trunk pan, trunk extensions, a bunch of stuff. So,
That thing looks like it had a pretty cool paint job at one time.
yeah, do you see the kind of like almost like feather looking?
Oh, yeah.
And this fender front, that previous guy matched this, and it had fender flares, front and rear.
Oh, that'd been cool.
Fender flares like what's on your dad's van, kind of a thing.
I'd put it back like that.
And it had side pipes.
Oh, yes. That's
And this is a legitimate 1969 Super Bee.
That would have been so freaking cool.
If my dad decides to keep it and not sell it once the metalwork is done, it's coming back as a rally green A12 clone.
What color's Rally Green?
FJ6, I want to say. I'll pull it up.
Oh,
It's
please don't
medium
tell me it's the color.
metallic. Huh?
Please tell me it's not the color I'm thinking. I'm very opinionated. I'm nervous.
Really? I didn't think that you were opinionated at all.
Oh.
Something wrong with my computer because I search for something on Google and then it gives me Yahoo results. And I'm like, no, I don't want to use Yahoo. I would use Yahoo if I want to use Yahoo. I want to use Google.
I will have to cruise out after I look at this color. I gotta take this call.
Yeah.
Oh God, it is that color. Whew. I mean, as long as your dad loves the color, it's probably my least favorite color Chrysler ever made.
Really?
There was one of those that was fully restored at Jesse's Mopar show, and
Yeah.
they tried talking me into liking the color, and I just couldn't. I couldn't even begin to fathom liking that color. It's more like I honestly like the butterscotch color.
Oh. Yeah, my dad's the opposite. He loves that green. He hates butterscotch.
Huh. I
He
mean,
said
at the end of the day, it's his car, so
he says butterscotch for anybody who's ever been a dad or that's gonna be a dad, you've seen that color in way too many diapers.
I will give him that. Yeah, he's got a point.
Yep.
Let's see, recents.
You said you gotta get rolling?
Yeah, I haven't talked to this guy in a while, and I've been meaning to sit down and actually have a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Probably gonna end it pretty quick here soon. I gotta give that guy a call again. That guy that you sent me his number via Roseman.
Oh yeah.
I tried calling him a couple times and left him a message, and he never got back to me. So
I guess the guy actually got to call back is Roseman, so I'll have him talk to the guy and make sure everything's cool.
right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try giving him a call again tomorrow, and if I don't hear anything, I'll let you know.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. It's always fun.
No problem. I will talk with you later, man.
All right, you have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
All right, bye. And then there was one. So I'm probably gonna be ending the live in, I don't know, 10-ish minutes or so. So if anybody's got some kind of last things or questions or anything to wrap up, I will definitely be happy to answer any questions, or if you want to see any cars or something, I can show some of that kind of stuff as well. So I will continue on here, look through a couple other things, see if there's anything cool I could show you guys, but I'll be off screen for a few minutes. But in the meantime, if you think of anything else that you can think of that's cool or interesting or whatever, or any questions, let me know. Let's see. That's something kind of cool. Figure somebody might enjoy that. That's the 69 Roadrunner, just stock 383, 4-speed. Excuse me. Let's see, it is 10 after 10. I actually wanted to end this at 10. But I'm going to go ahead and do that. And definitely thank you, everybody that's stuck through watching any of this. Definitely appreciate every one of you guys. If there's anybody new, definitely consider subscribing. That's something that's always kind of helpful for the channel and helps encourage me to make more stuff, and definitely check out other stuff that I've got going on if you haven't already. But in the meantime, I will see you guys in the next one, and thank you guys for watching.